Hey guys, today is November 13th, 2022. So this is my second and I believe final attempt to decode when Kamala Harris will become president. So once again, these are images from iPetGoat 2. The video, it's already proven itself to be relevant to the elite's plans. It's codes hidden in this video relating to what they plan to do. We've already seen several events play out, but here is the classroom scene, which I've shown before, and Bush, President Obama. Then we have the teacher in the classroom. This also represents what I believe to be Kamala Harris. The number 322 in her hair is also important. And we also see this other image where the lotus flower emerges out of the apple, while Kamala, her name was derived from the lotus flower. It means lotus. So, and I believe that this has a code relating to when Kamala Harris will become president. We see November 17th is 223 on the Jewish calendar. It's the target date that I'm looking at. It's the most significant date. Because not only that, if you take the date that she was born to November 17th and reverse the dates, as I said, you got to look at things forward and backwards. Reversing means keeping the same year, but taking the 1117 over here and taking the 1020 and putting it over here. Then you get 3,022 weeks and 2 days. A 322 skull and bones number. As I said before, the pattern that I always see with the skull and bones 322 is 1, 3, multiple 2s, any order, and zeros can be omitted as always in numerology. And of course, the following day is also the 322nd day of the year. Now, some connections with the 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment has to do with, for instance, if Biden would die or something happens where he can't continue his presidency, then Kamala Harris will become president. And we have some connections to dates. For instance, the date that the 25th Amendment was submitted, 20,953 days. We see the factor of 9/11, 9/11 times 23. I looked for that 9/11 code, But the day that the 25th Amendment was adopted, we see the 322 connection. 20,369 days, which is a 2,302nd prime. And also, the 25th Amendment was certified on 223. So as a connection to 1117, as that's 223 on the Jewish calendar. Now, you may have heard that President Kennedy, he was killed on the famous video on frame 313. So there's actually this documentary, it's called Frame 313. So if you take the date that Kennedy was killed to November 17th, this Thursday, you're left with 3,130 weeks. Well, as I said, in numerology, you can omit zeros, then you're left with exactly 313. Even if you reverse it, as I said, you got to look at things forward and backwards. Take the 1117, 1122 here, you're left with 3131 weeks and 3 days. 31313. It's also the anniversary that the NRA was founded, the National Rifle Association. Now, the word shooting in gematria has a big connection to the number 44, as November 17th has 44 days remaining in the year. Now, speaking of the number 322, that's the skull and bones number, but it has a significant connection with the number 41 in gematria, as our 41st president of the United States died on 322 on the Jewish calendar. And that was George H.W. Bush, and he, of course, is a member of Skull and Bones, as well as his son. So Biden, being born on November 20th, that leaves 41 days remaining in the year. So it would kind of make sense, since the elites are into numerology, if he were to die on 223 on the Jewish calendar. Or even the next day, the 322nd day of the year. However, Biden dies in Gematria has a big connection to 44. Again, 44 days remaining in the year. And even Joe Biden itself is 44 in reverse reduction. Joe Biden dies equals 223 as in the date on the Jewish calendar, and also 70 in reverse reduction. And the date November 17th adds to 70. Even him being the 46th president, well, 46 is equal to 2 times 23. Now get this. November 17th is exactly 666 days after the inauguration of Biden and Kamala Harris. Now this is another image in iPad Go. It's also in the classroom scene, but facing opposite of Obama. This girl with the white rabbit behind her, the blonde hair, definitely would represent the girl from Alice in Wonderland. So back on November 16th, 1934, there was a girl named Alice Liddell who died. She was the inspiration for the Alice in Wonderland character. And I'm adding this in because this week, it'll be exactly 88 years since her death. And there's a connection with the number 88 in this girl in iPad Go because she drops the apple, which rolls across the floor, the same apple that the lotus flower comes out of, representing Kamala Harris. The apple splits in half, and we see 2 8 shapes, 88. Not only that, exactly 80,080 days ago, Apple stock dropped 50% in one day, split in half. That's to today, and exactly 80,088 days apart is November 21st. So it is my theory that we may see some kind of big drop in Apple to coincide with the presidency of Kamala Harris. So another image of the apple splitting scene. This is Obama's shoe right here. He's looking down from this perspective. And as I said, these letters, L and C, represent the 12th and 3rd letter for 123. But he's looking at it this direction, which could be 37. C, this looks like a 7. But if he's also looking at it upside down, be 12-3 this way, and it would be 3-2-1 the other way. And November 17th is the 321st day of the year. Now here's my last connection that would make a whole lot of sense for Kamala Harris to become president. Because back in 1989, Gerald Ford was asked a question by a little girl, when would we see the first woman president? And he said it would most likely happen after she became vice president. The president dies, then she would attain the presidency. And he gave the statement in the Herbert Hoover Presidential Library and Museum. Now look at this. The exact date that Hoover died, on October 20th, 1964, that's when Kamala Harris was born. And Hoover was president during the Great Depression. So it's also my theory that the next Great Depression is going to happen with Kamala Harris in office, which may very well happen this week, so November 17th. All right, guys, we'll see what happens, and that's it for this video. I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.